this video, I would like to talk a little bit about my different sections in my planner/journal. So I have my planning section, my memories section, my daily lists section, my sketching section, my daily doodles, my development pages, my reflections, my daily routines, and my random scribbles, I guess. That's the front book, or the first half of the book. Oh, and I also have my monthly highlights here at the back. But the point of this video is that I finally found a setup that works. And one thing I've learned, I've been so afraid of rewriting things and having things in several places, because that seems to go against the spirit of GTD, which I try to follow, but I don't do it religiously. But I follow Monique Smith on YouTube, and she rewrites things a lot. And I've been inspired to do that as well. And I've realized that it's actually not a bad thing in my case. And I'm going to explain why, I guess. So let's start with my... because the different sections do different things. And they can contain the same information but still do different things. My planning section is what it sounds like. I plan. It's future oriented. It's date specific. I have my monthly calendar, my weeklies, my next actions for the month, and my tracker. So, okay, that's not future oriented, but never mind. Most of it is. What do I plan to do? And I check things off. The memories spreads sometimes have the same thing on them as the planning section. Not very often, I will admit. Like, mostly, well, I put like, oh, I took a long walk, I went into the office, I was tired but it was sunny, I listened to little sunshine, stuff like that. Just one thing or two things per day that I want to remember. But this is just an overview of what happened, and like the highlights, as it were. Sometimes there are negative highlights, but if I want to see in more detail what I did a specific day, I go to my daily doodles section, where I have a bigger box for each day where I can write about stuff, like what we ate, what we watched, stuff like that. So if a day here says, for example, let's take this day, I just put fucking shit, because I hated that day. I was sick, I was tired, I just lay in bed. Okay, maybe I want to know, well, what was so fucking shit? I can go to the daily doodles section, have a look at the 16th, and I can see that, well, I hated everything. I hated my cold, which is probably COVID. It feels like it'll never end. Satan. So, yeah, no, I go into a bit more detail about what's wrong. But I also put that we had this really good, well, it's like a Swedish dish, like a potatoes au gratin, but with some kind of anchovies in it. Never mind. Maybe it wasn't all bad. It snowed all day, so, you know, the landscape was beautiful. We watched Serenity, which was fine. So these, I sometimes, or very often, repeat information on my weekly memory pages and my daily doodles, but, you know, they do different things, as I said. Then I have my daily lists, which I fill these in the morning. It's as part of my morning routine, and just, you know, what are my thoughts at the beginning of the day? What am I grateful for? You know, wins, usual stuff that people tend to write on lists like this. Looking forward to. So that's kind of a different, I don't put those, well, sometimes I put those things. Like, for example, if yesterday I took a really long walk 2 hours, which is a big deal because I haven't been able to because of my cold and because of my knee trouble. So that was like a big win. So I put it on the wins list. I put it on the today's bonus list. I put it on what I did for myself. And I put it on my weekly memories. I put it on my tracker here. Promenade, that means walk, 2 hours. And I probably also wrote about it here. No, I didn't. Or did I? Wait, which day was it? No, I didn't. But I could have written about it on my development page, but I wrote about different stuff like my cold and stuff. The same thing can be looked at from different, I don't know, angles, I guess. So the sections are meant to facilitate that. I can also write about it in my random section here in the back. But I didn't. I wrote on that day, white makeup is to a face what snow is to a landscape. It smooths out the imperfections and details and leaves only the big gestures. A smooth white background with a few focal points. The eyes, the blackened mouth. Well, the blackened mouth is not, your regular face. But when you're obsessed with this guy, oh no, that one was, where is it? This guy. This guy. This guy. It is. So, never mind. This is getting to be really ridiculous. My point is that for me it really works when I face just like a blank page where I can write anything, and that's the whole book. I don't feel like documenting anything. We ate something, I don't care. But when I have a specific section where I always write what we eat, what we watch, what I did, how I feel, and the development section where I write about my energy level, my feelings, my physical state, I guess, and my projects, it prompts me. It's like a prompt. It urges me to explore those areas of my life that actually make up my life, because this is the point of these sections is not only to fill up a book, write by hand, embellish, and just feeling the book, which is important to me as a tactile person. It's also to actually pay attention to and reflect on the things that actually make up my life, because sometimes it feels like if you're going to journal, you have to go somewhere, you have to go to a cafe and get a napkin that you can glue in, or you have to go to a play and put in the ticket. But that happens so seldom, I mean, especially now. But there are other things that you do every day. You eat every day, or many people do. Maybe you watch TV every day. Maybe you follow a series. Maybe you can write about that. And those are the things. I mean, if I look at my life, me and my husband, we watch a lot of movies because we live in a cinema. And he used to be a cook, so he cooks nice food every day. So those are important things. And even though it's something that happens almost every day and therefore can be seen as banal and not worth documenting, I mean, that's what's worth documenting because it's your life. And also the reflection section, and this is not structured at all, I know. But if you watch my videos before, perhaps you're somewhat acquainted with the setup. The reflection section also focuses on these areas. So things that I read, things that I watch, I write about them and try to not only consume the content but also reflect on it and apply some kind of idea or insight that I get from them. So that's the point of the reflection section. So, I mean, I put Penny Dreadful here, and I also put it here in the Daily Doodles section, because it's just like a note that, yes, we watched it today, but here I can sort of wax lyrical about it. Yeah, what else? Have I forgotten something? No, I don't know. Nah, I think that was all. I expected to make a longer video, but I think that's enough. I hope that made sense. Oh my god.